Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Aunt Becky.
I'm Grandpa.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Matt.
I'm Daniel.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
Hi, George.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of things on the farm, but one thing we can't do is grow this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. Right now, I'm working my way down to the farm market to start getting our chores worked on. We certainly have a beautiful day on our hands. It's gonna be nice and warm, which means we're gonna be pretty busy. We have been running all over the place here at the farm. We've been selling a lot of vegetable plants. We've been selling even more flowers. And we've been doing our best to get out in the fields and do some work out there. Everything that we had planted previously is growing really nice. But as all of you know, the work never stops. Matthew is vacuuming right now. I'm gonna work on getting our tables cleaned off and sanitized, and then we'll pull everything out of the cooler. Matthew is now getting stuff pulled out of the cooler, and I changed my shirt. I got some stuff on me, but we won't worry about it. Farm market's all set up, but Dad went to the wholesaler this morning, so we're just making sure that there's no orders. So once we make sure that there's no orders, we can get everything moved into the cooler.
Andrew, did you eat breakfast?
No, I didn't eat breakfast.
I'm getting a little blood sugar.
I'll be okay. We're finished with setting up the farm market. We're moving on and taking care of the animals. Now Dad has already got all of the calves taken care of, and now he's working on watering. Dumping in the grain for the cattle, finished taking care of all of them. So the calves and the cattle are all taken care of, which is always a good thing to have done. Chickens need to be taken care of yet, but we have another job right away this morning that we want to get taken care of first. So what we're gonna be doing now is actually some transplanting. We still have the mechanical transplanter hooked up to the 110, and we're actually gonna be transplanting some lettuce into the garden. Now lettuce grows very quickly, so we're not gonna plant too much with our first planting. We have a few different varieties here that I'll name off. 4 varieties are gonna be going into the garden. We have our green leaf lettuce, or this is our Simpson leaf lettuce. This right here is just a plain green, and then over here we have a red leaf lettuce, and then this is a red butterhead lettuce. Now this lettuce is very popular in the farm market. When the time comes to harvest, we go every single day and cut. And we're just about set up. Dad is now on his way over. We have our tractor ready to go. We have our planting unit ready to go. The only thing I was gonna ask, we have it set at 17-inch spacing. Do you want it changed at all?
No.
Man, he's good at math. As many of you know, we do plant over 80 acres of vegetables, so some of you may be curious, why do you guys need a garden? Well, the reason why we need a garden is there are certain crops we like to have very close to the farm market, and this lettuce is one of those crops. That way, if we need it right away, we just run right over to the garden, cut it, and we can take it back. Daniel had got this soil all smoothed out and prepared yesterday, so we should have no trouble using our transplanting unit. And Dad right now is bringing over the tractor, so once he gets in line, we'll be starting. All right, I'm ready. Are we down all the way? Okay. if the wheel on the back is picked up even a little bit, the wheel that drives this thing, my unit will not spin. So sometimes we have to make sure that the wheel is all the way down.
Hold it! This is from where your tire tracks drove over it from.
And this is what happens when our wheel will not spin. We got to come back and transplant the lettuce into the open spots. Some of you may have noticed these are not the standard trays that we use when transplanting, so it is a little more difficult. We do have to go a little slower. For some reason, a lot of this lettuce is also not pulling out with the root ball attached. Now, we like this to be attached because we watered these, so these should be good if we put them into the soil. We don't have rain for a few days, so we want these to be attached. So we stopped for a minute and we're pulling them out individually, so as we transplant, we can make sure that nice soaked ball is with the transplants.
Sunday.
Is that so? We just got all the lettuce pulled out of the packs. That way it's going to be a little easier for transplanting now. It's a lot easier to transplant when you can grab onto that ball of roots. Then you just lay the plant down into the cups. Now these are made of rubber, so it will not hurt your finger if you leave them in there, which is pretty nice. But once it grabs it, it pulls it down below, and then once it's placed into the soil, the cups open up. These are like spring loaded. So this allows us to transplant much quicker than we would by hand, and it allows it to be a lot easier on your body. You know, you're just sitting here. Although some of these chairs are leaning pretty hard, but we won't talk about it. Come on, spin, 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 spin. My wheel's off the ground. That's gonna look a little awkward there at the end. Look at that wheat. Isn't it beautiful? We're gonna have a good wheat crop this year. Well, I hope we're gonna have a good wheat crop this year. We need to get the straw cleaned out of our barn first though, because if we harvest this and we don't have those barns cleared out, we might be in trouble. Now on the way back to just save room in the garden, we're only gonna be transplanting on my unit. So Dad's gonna drive down and both units are gonna be moving, but we're only gonna be transplanting on this unit right here. And this is the way this machine is supposed to be used. Daniel and I, shoulder to shoulder, transplanting together. And what's nice about having two people is you can go a little bit faster. Faster!
Now you've done it.
Oh, he shifted a gear. We're in trouble. That finishes off the leaf lettuce, and now we're on to our last variety, the red butterhead. You can see the difference in speed of how the unit moves, especially when we start to go faster. Those wheels are spinning, which means our unit spins faster. And that also means that the cups close quicker. So you gotta get that plant in there before it closes on you. And that is the last of the lettuce. So now we're just gonna let our machine plant out, and that should about be it. And there we go. Last head of lettuce into the garden. Well, that wasn't too bad, and the planter did a great job at putting this lettuce down into the soil. So all in all, I'd say I'm pretty happy with the way the lettuce transplanted. Very good. So we are all finished with transplanting into the garden. We are gonna leave the mechanical transplanter hooked up though. Dad is gonna make some rows with it so that we can come through and plant some other things. Last year, some stuff that we had planted in the garden was lima beans. I don't like lima beans. We also had red beets, and I'm trying to remember dill. We had some dill over there. But the whole reason we have stuff transplanted in the garden is so that we could get to it quickly and we can get it fresh. Thankfully, everything on the home farm is relatively close, so if we wanted to get fresh stuff, we can get it anywhere. But putting it in the garden allows anybody to get it whenever they need. We're just gonna hope that we can keep the deer out of it this year, because that was not fun. Now, if you were not able to check out the last video, I suggest you do so. There were many people that were excited with the transplanting of the cole crops and the planting of potatoes. So if you've not seen that video already, I suggest you go back and watch it, because I think it was a good one. Now, Mother's Day is fast approaching, which is one of our biggest days here on the farm because of the flowers. With Mother's Day drawing near, it also means that people are gonna be looking to pick up vegetable plants. which is kind of what Daniel's working on now. You saw up in front of the farm market, we have plenty of stuff up there ready for customers. But when the time comes for people to start picking up their vegetable plants, things move quickly. And that's why we need to continually restock. So Daniel is gonna be pulling all different types of vegetable plants and tomatoes out of these greenhouses and moving them up, restocking what's in front of the farm market. And since we're gonna be stretched pretty thin today because of how busy the farm market's gonna be, I'm gonna get started on watering. Oh. Greenhouse number 5 is now all finished. Look at some of these baskets in here. Look at this thing. Gigantic. I don't know who is seeding the marigolds, but when we were seeding marigolds, we must have been doing some lettuce as well. I see a lettuce plant right there and a lettuce right here in the marigolds. Sometimes when you're seeding, accidents happen. Thankfully, it's lettuce and marigolds. That's not a big deal. Just got wrapped up with watering. I just wanted to point something out while we're down here. You see this whole middle section up here? It's all empty. We've been moving some baskets. So now that I'm done with watering, I'm gonna head up top and see if they need any help with customers. And then if they don't need any help with customers, I might take a ride back and check on the cole crops just to make sure they're okay. We haven't been able to get the irrigation set up yet. Maybe this afternoon, maybe tomorrow we'll be able to get that done, but I just wanna make sure they're okay. It's not too busy up in front of the farm market, so I picked up Dad. We're gonna head back to the cole crops and check on them. Oh no, it looks pretty good. I could definitely use some water, but it's not like emergency status. But we're gonna have to get water on it.
1, 32, 33, 34.
So we have 36 rows. We're trying to figure how much pipe we need to lay so that we can cover all 36 rows. Or so we at least could cover half and then move it if we need to.
We're not moving it. We're just laying it out and it'll be there.
Okay, then we're trying to figure out how much pipe we need for 36 rows.
What do you got, Andy?
Go ahead. Oh, you know what I just forgot? Hornet and wasp spray. Hey, did you bring any spray? No. Like if there's, ooh, okay. Well, the pipes haven't been touched since fall, so hopefully we don't have any problems. All of us who came out to move irrigation pipe, we are not allergic to anything like that. Now, my older brother Matthew, he is, but they're running back to grab spray and another wagon. We're gonna pull the pipes that we need off this wagon so we don't even need to move the large one. Grease all over that. I'm gonna blame Petey, okay?
That's 19, right?
Yes. We needed something to hold down the front of the pipe, so Gavin's just laying on the pipe. So Dad is now on his way over to the field, and hopefully we can get all this stuff laid before lunch. We placed down all the pipe that we needed. We do have a little bit left over, but that's not an issue. Now it's getting a little closer to lunch, but we want to go through and put all our sprinkler heads in. All the sprinklers have been put into place, so that finishes off this job for now. We're now gonna head home and get something to eat, and then we'll worry about watering this afternoon. Because we are so busy today, lunch is a little bit different in the fact that we ordered lunch. What? Check it out. And it looks like we got stromboli. So we got a ham and cheesesteak stromboli, which I'm pretty excited about. There's a random stranger down here with the cows. So for the afternoon, we have been pretty busy. We got the irrigation pipe all hooked up. I was not able to come with them. I ended up working here at the farm market. It was very, very busy, so we were not all able to go. But now we're looking for something for the pipe, and then we'll be on our way together. What sound does an elephant make? Wow, you're pretty good at that. Man, look at that rain they made. Check that out. Now, it was obvious to us that these crops definitely needed some water, so we're happy we were able to get this first half of the cole crops covered. And as I look down the field, I can see the rows of cole crops, and I notice that all the cole crops are standing up straight now. They were falling over. So that is a good sight. Do you like the cabbage?
Rock.
Yeah, rocks. Man, she's just like you guys. She can find all the rocks in the field. These plants need water. Can you say water?
Water.
Yeah, they're looking a little dry, aren't they? Grandpa just went down over the hill to turn on the pump, so hopefully our last section of pipe should have no issues, and we'll have water spraying here shortly. You ready for the water to start shooting?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. Boom. Look at that. We just got finished out in the fields, and it is way past closing time, but we're gonna head up into the farm market and see if anything needs to be put away, and if not, we're heading to the house. We just made it up into the house, so we're gonna find out what we're having for dinner tonight. So, hon, what are we having?
Chicken, rice, and broccoli.
Well, everyone, we are now all finished with work today. Dinner is on the table, so you guys know what that means. This is where we're gonna end the video today. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.